NBC Sports, home of the Olympic Games, the NHL, Notre Dame football, the NASCAR playoffs, and Primetime's #1 show, Sunday Night Football, only on NBC.
Clear and cool this Sunday. It's a beautiful night in Baltimore. And two of the top teams in the AFC are set to square off. Led by Bill Belichick, has roots right in that Baltimore area. He has a historically dominant defense and an 8-0 Patriots team for the third time in franchise history. Led by this guy, too. At 42, Tom Brady still going strong. But tonight, they'll face a tough test. And one of the players who's lit this league up in the first half of the season, Lamar Jackson. His Ravens getting set to host the defending Super Bowl champs on Sunday Night Football. And as always, we begin as we welcome you into Football Night in America, a little Halloween hangover there in Baltimore. Some folks still in costume. You saw Chris Sims, Mike Florio over there, Rodney Harrison, Tony Dungy, Mike Tirico, Liam McHughes at the stadium will join us here in a moment, along with Al, Chris, and Michelle a little bit later on. We're really excited to see Lamar Jackson, his Sunday Night Football debut. But first, Sunday football. What's the best thing you've seen so far? I'm looking at Kansas City, the Kansas City Chiefs. Great team win. You look at Matt Moore. He played like a starting quarterback. Defensively led by Chris Jones. They were outstanding. And the run game was present.
For me, it was the Chargers. We saw Aaron Rodgers last week, that perfect passer rating. Joey Bosa, Melvin Ingram, that front group got after him. They really shut him down. Chargers trying to put the finishing touches on their game. We'll keep an eye on all the games going on. All the highlights coming up in a little bit. But first, we will head to Baltimore and bring in Al Michaels to talk about tonight's matchup. Al, what a great quarterback matchup we have. Tom Brady had just finished his freshman year at the University of Michigan in January of 1997 when Lamar Jackson was born. So big age difference and two pretty interesting characters. What did you find out about Lamar as you got to visit with him this week?
You might say it's a battle of the generations tonight, Mike. You know, Lamar Jackson met with him the other day, won the Heisman Trophy as a sophomore at Louisville, came out of Florida, decided he wanted to go away to school, came out after his junior year, so he goes into the draft. And in that draft in 2018, 5 quarterbacks are picked in the first round. He was the last one picked. Baker Mayfield was first. Told us the other day he was hot. He was really flipped off. But he was happy to be with the Ravens because he said he had a number of very good visits with John Harbaugh and this organization. He also met with the Saints, with Sean Payton, and he also met with New England. We said, what was that like? He said, I walked in there, I couldn't believe it. Bill Belichick smiles and tells jokes. He certainly hopes tonight Bill is not smiling and joking around. This will be very interesting because, as you know, Mike, he's a different kind of quarterback. Is this the new type of quarterback? Is this the wave of the future? Time will tell. Can't wait to find out.
And he started an system that we're seeing a lot in college football as it moves over to the NFL with guys like Jackson. Al, enjoy. Look forward to your call with Michelle Tafoya and Chris Collinsworth. And Chris is outside M&T Bank Stadium. Love that Johnny Unitas statue there. Liam and Chris, pretty good atmosphere for a Sunday nighter in Baltimore. They love having Sunday Night Football in town there.
Mike, it just feels like football here. Got a lot of hardcore, very loud Ravens fans. Got some brave Pats fans. Mascot, 2 live Ravens right here, Chris. Rise and Conquer have joined us.
And the one thing that I just learned, the only person on earth that can pet that bird, that raven right over there, is Ed Reed. You're going to have him on in a little bit, right?
Ed Reed, the only person allowed to do that. We'll talk to Ed Reed in a little bit. You know, I think about when Ed Reed and the Ravens took on Tom Brady and the Patriots, Ray Lewis. It felt like a brawl. Styles make fights. If that's the case, what do you think of this matchup style-wise?
Well, the Ravens would still like to make it a brawl, but on the offensive side, you think of those great defenders over there, but what they want to do is play some power football. The unusual twist on the power football is that they have an extra blocker because their quarterback is the guy who's running the ball a lot. So it is going to be a tremendous matchup against this Patriots defense that unbelievably, right, has allowed 4 touchdowns and has scored 4 touchdowns. And you throw in the 2 special teams touchdowns, they're a net win so far. They don't need an offense.
Several Ravens players have said that the Patriots have not seen an offense like ours. They have not seen a quarterback like ours. Devin McCourty said, yeah, you're right. Let's see what happens.
My name is Kyle Van Noy with the New England Patriots. My mother played a huge role in my football life. She sacrificed all her needs to make sure mine were met. I love you, Mom. Appreciate you doing that. You always seem to push all your stuff to the side to make sure I was always on time with practice, and you showed me what it took to be great.
Kelly and her husband Lane adopted Kyle shortly after he was born. Today, Kyle and his wife Marissa run the Van Noy Valor Foundation, which supports adopted, disadvantaged, and foster children. And on September 8th, while the Pats were playing their season opener, they welcomed in their first child, a baby boy named Trey. Kyle, of course, part of the stingiest defense in the league, as is Jamie Collins. For more on the Pats linebacker, we say hello to Michelle Tapoya.
Hey, Liam. Yeah, another member of that Patriots boogeyman linebackers is Jamie Collins, back with the team that drafted him after being traded to the Browns midway through the 2016 season. And he sees the franchise much differently this time around. He told me, I'm not young and dumb anymore. I grew up a little bit, understanding the tradition of being a Patriot, the coach, the players, and the work ethic. I realize what goes on in this organization. I'm not taking anything for granted. And Bill Belichick told us last night that Collins is totally different now, describing him as happy every day with a great attitude that wasn't showing up as much during his first stint with the team. Now, when it comes to slowing down Lamar Jackson, Collins talked about the need to be locked in every second of the game. He told me all 11 guys have to play a perfect game because one mistake and Jackson will make you pay, Liam.
Michelle, thanks so much. Crowd here, they don't believe that anybody can slow down Lamar Jackson. He's on pace to break Michael Vick's single-season rushing record for a quarterback, but he says he prefers to throw the football. You buy that?
Absolutely. When you watched him at Louisville, he was a pocket passer. And, of course, we came out on opening day this year, and he proved he could do whatever he wanted to do, including throw from the pocket. He started right away in the first quarter of this game, right from the pocket, hit a deep pass, and it was on, right? This game just continued that way in its entirety. So then he flashed a little bit of what he could do throwing the ball on the run outside the pocket. Perfectly thrown ball, another big play. And we all know about these gap scheme runs, and I say it that way. It's not a zone run. This is power football. These are two lead blockers in front of an extra blocker and the quarterback in behind him. And we have seen Liam time after time when it looks like it's over. The play's done. He's completely surrounded. 3 Seattle Seahawks here. No chance, right? They go on the ground. They fall all over themselves. It looks like the Keystone Cops out there. He has been doing this not just to 1 or 2 teams, but to every team they play.
That's what these fans all want to see. What they don't want to hear is the fact that since 2014, Bill Belichick against quarterbacks in their first or second year, yeah, he's 21-0. Mike?
I thought Liam was going to pick up Chris or vice versa there. As the cheerleaders doing the same behind you guys. Thanks. We'll be back to you in a little bit. All right, let's get to the highlights, guys. Let's start with the 1-6 Jets. Dolphins looking for win 1. They played better Monday night. And Ryan Fitzpatrick continued that. Devontae Parker here.
Yeah, just a beautiful back shoulder fade for a touchdown, Mike.
17-yarder. So the Jets are down 21-7. A little bit of a comeback going. Sam Darnold to Ryan Griffin in the end zone. Ruled a touchdown. Looks like a touchdown.
Yeah, what did they see to overturn this?
He said he didn't have full possession. Got a wall there, got a security guy there, and he had no touchdown there. Wow. And Rodney, the next play, Darnold.
Yeah, he talked about trying to do too much this week, and guess what? He's doing too much. Just throw the ball away.
It is picked. It was a long day for Adam Gase. Of course, he was the Dolphins coach, now the Jets coach. Snapped by Jonathan Harrison, fired back behind Darnold.
And what I don't like is his effort. He's just standing there, and you see his offensive lineman is telling him, hey, man, go get the ball. We're all in this together.
Brian Winters on his case. Bags for the Jets fans. Bag win 1 for Brian Flores.
I love it. Congratulations, Brian. I remember my first win. It took me 7 weeks to get mine, but it's a great feeling.
And New York sports fans who've seen terrible football season get to have shared misery. It's Jets-Giants next week. A little bit farther down I-95 this week, Peter King traveled to the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, just 40 minutes from Baltimore, to dive into the roots of Bill Belichick. A lot of you know Bill was raised in Annapolis. His late father, Steve, spent a third of a century as an assistant coach and associate professor at Navy. The two even have a library that's housed on the 3rd floor of the football offices. It's called the Belichick Collection. Donated by Bill, it features over 400 books, some more than a century old. You can watch Peter's full visit. It's available for you on NBCSports.com. We're back on Football Night in America after this.
Welcome back to Football Night in America. We're back in Baltimore, where tonight the undefeated Patriots will take on the AFC North Division leading Ravens. Inside now with Ravens left tackle Ronnie Stanley. This Pats defense, they've scored 4 touchdowns. They've only given up 4 touchdowns. What is the biggest challenge they present to your offense?
You know, they're all fundamentally sound. They're all well coached, and they'll do their jobs. So for us, we just got to go out there, execute, and I don't think they've seen an offense like us yet.
Let's talk about how you do your job, because Lamar Jackson, a very unique, very dynamic athlete. What's it like to block for him?
Well, anything can happen at any point in time, so you don't really have a time clock in your head. You just got to play throughout the play. It might be 10 seconds, it might be 30 seconds, so you just got to be ready for anything to happen.
He's in his second year. How have you seen him grow as a leader?
He's grown great. He's really taken over our offense and become the leader that we need, and I'm really proud of him.
Ronnie, thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Mike, back to you.
All right, Liam, thank you. With Chris Sims, me, you, Liam. We all saw Ronnie Stanley's alma mater Notre Dame win, and their offensive line play has been a question. The offensive line play has not been with the Ravens. What's the biggest challenge here tonight?
Well, the Patriots defense, because of their secondary, it's so good. They can do a lot of different things in the front seven, give you a lot of different looks, mix and match, linebackers, defensive linemen, all of that. So they're going to have their hands full with communication and make sure they're sorting things out, especially when it comes to drop-back pass game, too.
All right, bunch more in the game coming up. Let's get back to the highlights. Chris, Tennessee Titans looking for a 3rd straight at Carolina. This Christian McCaffrey season gets more special. 11th total TD of the year right here.
Yeah, he's kind of good, and this is good game planning by North Turner. Catches them in man-to-man, and then you see the linebacker gets caught in the wash there between the receivers. Easy completion for Kyle Allen in the flat. McCaffrey touchdown.
I think a key moment in the game here. Carolina has the lead, but they really take control of it in this spot.
Yes, they do. I mean, river, boat, run, right? That's right. He's back.
Yeah.
He is. And this is a gutsy call, because you said it. The Titans kind of had regained or got momentum a little bit. Great job here driving the pile forward, and really Carolina kind of took advantage, as we see here.
Yeah, what do you do with that momentum? Kyle Allen continues to play well. DJ Moore.
DJ Moore is a special young receiver and great concentration here. Bobbles the ball, still catches it, and then toe taps. And he is one of the weapons on this Carolina Panthers offense.
And he goes full French Open on you. He points
like
the spot in the clay at Roland Garros. See the spot? I'm in there. Carolina up 10. Exclamation point from McCaffrey.
Yes, he's got game-breaking speed. He's a game breaker, pulling guard right up the middle, and it's a touchdown. And Mike, that's why he's one of the MVP candidates right now.
In the conversation, another game over 150 yards from scrimmage, 166. So they're 5-1 since Cam Newton's out and Kyle Allen's in. When does Cam Newton come back? First check with Pro Football Talk's Mike Florio. Mike?
Yeah, guys, everybody wants to know when Cam Newton will be back. Some think they know when he'll be back. The truth is, within the organization, no one knows when Cam Newton's going to come back from that sprained foot. We last saw him in week 2. He saw a specialist this week, and he could end up on injured reserve. He could end up playing again this year, and there's still a chance he could end up never playing again for the Panthers. Everything is up in the air, and no one at this point knows how it's going to play out, guys.
But they know their quarterback play has been good, and Carolina goes to Green Bay next week. Could be an interesting game. Plenty more with Chris, and on the game, Patriots-Ravens ahead, including my conversation with a man who has the folks in Baltimore pretty happy, Lamar Jackson. He had plenty of praise for his counterpart tonight. So what is it about Tom Brady that you see that you love?
It's just his poise in the pocket. He just looked like he's so relaxed, like he on vacation. He just picked defenses apart.
Brady dances in the pocket, starts to roll to his right, throws to the end zone for Edelman, ties in.
I don't want to be on that level. I admire that.
Touchdown, Patriots. Touchdown, Lamar Jackson.
Let's go! Turn it up! Oh, baby, a little bit of magic! And they picked that off. Unbelievable! To his right, punctures the end zone, in for the touchdown. Let's get a little bit louder. Let's get a little bit louder. Let's get a little bit. Turn it up! Let's just see how high we can go. No stopping till we lose our control.
Quarterback is feeling it, boys.
Till we feel it down in our soul.
This is Football Night in America, served by Applebee's.
This crowd is loud and is large and is all for the man to my left. One of the greatest safeties of all time, the proud owner of a national title ring from college, a Super Bowl ring, and tonight, at halftime, Ed Reed will receive his Hall of Fame ring. Congratulations, thanks so much for being here. I think about this Ravens team, and at one point it was Ray Lewis's team. Then it was your team. It is Lamar Jackson's team right now. What do you think of him as a player and as a leader?
This will always be Ray's organization, first of all. Let's get that straight. And it was never my team, you know. I was just another guy working with a great player, man. Honestly, man, Ray laid the foundation down here, him and J.O. Now what Lamar is doing, leading these guys, man, that's what it's about.
You faced off against Tom Brady 7 times. What is the #1 rule for you when playing against Tom Brady?
You got to be disciplined. You know, the whole team has to be on point, has to be disciplined. You know, everybody has to be on their P's and Q's because they're such a disciplined team, and they make adjustments on the fly. You know, so they're looking at your weak links at all times. You got to know that they're looking at you at all times, man.
You know, I saw a couple weeks ago that you took to Twitter and you put it out there that if anyone is interested in a head coach, be it NFL or college, I like that you kept it completely open, they should call you. You have a pretty remarkable resume. Are you serious about that? Is head coaching something you definitely want to do?
Yes, I definitely do. I mean, you know, I coach kids, so I know a bunch of these kids that are coming up are going to be in the National Football League. I coach in the Under Armour All-American game. I coached in the NFL PA All-Star game, you know, and I was the D coordinator there. I'm the head coach this year in the Under Armour All-American game. And granted, yeah, I know it's not NFL, but football don't change. That's what made me a special player because I understood that, you know. So, yes, I do want to coach, and I look forward to it.
Ed, thanks so much, and congratulations. I know he's a Miami guy, Mike. There is a head coaching vacancy at Florida State, so who knows?
Yeah, there is. I don't think he's going to be taking that job. Willie Taggart, the Florida State coach, was let go after they lost to Miami last week.
Will he coach Texas?
No, we're not there yet. Hey, well, easy there,
Washington
slugger.
made a coaching change in the NFL earlier this year. They're up in Buffalo taking on the Bills. They're trying to find offense and a way to score. Josh Allen gets to Cole Beasley. They're developing something.
Yeah, they really are. Cole Beasley, quick in and out of breaks, and Josh Allen is finding him.
So 7-0 Bills early on in control. Dwayne Haskins gets his first start, first rounder out of Ohio State, trying to bring him back here, Rodney.
Yeah, anytime you get a rookie and hadn't played a lot, you go after him, you blitz him.
Buffalo did today.
Yes, they did.
And made it a tough day for Haskins. Only 144 passing yards. Allen, this is what he does best, Chris.
It's where he's special. I mean, he can make plays, and this was a big moment of the game. The Redskins were hanging around, 3rd and 18. I mean, great job escaping the pocket and just throwing an absolute laser along the sideline.
John Brown got his feet down. Devin Singletary, this good rookie, scores for Buffalo. Washington, 13 quarters without a touchdown. 2 of the all-time best runners, Adrian Peterson and Frank Gore, 2 of the top 6 all-time meet there. But Buffalo continues to roll here as Washington looks to what their future's going to look like.
Yeah, I mean, the defense for Buffalo hasn't been as good, I think, as we expect lately, at least the last 2 games.
The run defense.
The run defense, yes. But, I mean, they're still a player in the AFC for sure. Yes. Josh Allen can make plays like that, and they can run the ball. They're dangerous.
Josh Allen did not turn the ball over. He didn't have any interceptions today. The defense played extremely well, didn't give up a touchdown. And then you look at their favorable schedule. They got Cleveland, Miami, and they got Denver coming up.
Yeah, that popped up when we saw those records of those teams coming up. Ahead for you is Mohamed Sanu, now a New England Patriot for the 2nd game. Tony, a 2nd-round pick trade with Atlanta, 2 catches in his debut.
Yeah, Bill Belichick loves these type of guys. Versatile, and believe it or not, he can throw the football. Ex-quarterback, he's got 4 touchdown passes in his career. Don't be surprised if you see him make catches and throw the ball tonight.
May not be tonight, maybe somewhere down the line, but everybody's got to think about it, right?
It's coming, yeah.
Sanu and the Patriots take it on the Ravens on Sunday Night Football.
Football Night in America is brought to you by Applebee's. Hurry in for boneless wings. By Chevy. Chevy has earned J.D. Power Quality Awards for cars, trucks, and SUVs. By Peloton. This holiday, give the gift of Peloton. And by Walmart. Happy price, happy holidays.
Sunday night 7 on the NBC Sports Predictor app. It's free and easy to play. Just answer 7 simple questions about what will happen in Sunday Night Football. $2 million guaranteed and cash prizes will be awarded this season. Download the NBC Sports Predictor app or go to NBCSports.com/predictor now to get in on the excitement with Sunday Night 7.
That was fun, right?
That's what you love about the team. It's the offensive guys putting video on their YouTube channel about the defensive performance. So we'll show you Julian Edelman, producer of that video, and these defensive numbers. You can read them there. They are incredible. This team's scoring as much as their opponents are. The defensive side of the ball has made a difference. Edelman and Brady, of course, on the offensive side, do what they have done for years. The New England Patriots, halfway through, are perfect, trying to start the second half with their toughest test against the Baltimore Ravens. So let's talk about not what the Brady Patriot offense is looking at, but the other side, and why this Patriots defense is going to give problems to Lamar Jackson, and why they've been so effective so far.
They have the best secondary in the league, and they have 4 corners that can start anywhere in the National Football League.
And they're playing great, but I'm not ready to put them with the 85 Bears just yet. Because they have scared a lot of young quarterbacks and a lot of bad quarterbacks. I want to see them against Lamar Jackson tonight.
They got a young quarterback, but a good quarterback coming up here. You know, Mitch Trubisky is a young quarterback, and he has not played very well. He and Carson Wentz had one of the key games in the NFC today. Chicago and Philadelphia. Carson Wentz early to Zach Ertz.
Yeah, just a little push off by Zach Ertz.
Excuse me?
It's just a little push off. I mean, you know, he's a bigger guy.
You're going to lose your defensive union card. Little?
Was it called?
No, it was not.
Well, they threw a flag and then they picked it up.
Fellas, touchdown.
Off to a good start. Trubisky was not.
Yes, and this has been the story of Chicago all year. Just off-target throws, no rhythm. Just didn't have it on offense in the first half at all.
At all. 1 first down for the offense, 9 yards net for the Chicago offense in the first half. Let the Eagles say, hey, Jordan Howard, former Bear, Brandon Brooks the block, end zone for a touchdown.
Let them run downhill. They got a big, overpowering offensive line. I feel like they get away with this.
But, guys, look at Eddie Jackson. He's all-pro. We talk about the offense. He has to come up and make that play.
Struggles on both sides of the ball. Lots of questions, not many answers in Chicago.
Where the frustration is, it's losing. It's not playing up to what we know we're capable of. It's making simple mistakes. It's getting out-executed, getting outplayed. When we know we're capable of much more, when we know we have more inside of us, when we know we're talented, but we're still coming up short.
Yes, they are 4 times in a row. Time to simplify the game now. Powered by Microsoft Surface. Power in the Chicago offense is gone. But their defense had a chance to get them the ball back when they gained momentum, and the game got close. What happened?
Yes, they did. And they let me coach again. Here, coach.
Yes, I like you.
All right, but yes, the third downs were the key to the game, and the Bears defense could not get off the field. That was the big thing. Now, Carson Wentz is awesome on 3rd down. There's no doubt about that. Here's a little bootleg play, okay? Give him a little run-pass option. Makes a great throw to Alshon Jeffrey to continue the drive.
Now you have Danny Trevathan, the linebacker, against Miles Sanders. This is a mismatch right here. He gets the ball, and he's been making these big plays over and over again in the passing game, Mike.
This is just the zone read with the RPO off it. The linebackers attack the run. Carson Wentz makes the right option, right read, throws it to Zach Ertz.
Yep, Zach Ertz first down. Then it's a play action, and a great call here. Play action, inside screen to your tight end, Dallas Goedert, who's got blocking in front of him. 3rd and 9. Bears defense can't get off the field, but it's probably because they're on the field too much.
They're tired.
Yes,
they're
right?
Tired. You can just tell in their body language. They're beat down.
Everything that went well for them last year is not going well for them right now.
Offensively, no rhythm. I think they only had 9 yards in the first half, so the defense was on the field the entire first half, and they couldn't get them stopped in the second half.
It's been a struggle like it was for the entire NFC North on this day. Welcome to those of you who just watched Seattle win in overtime and watch the Denver Broncos come up with a change of quarterback, another Allen quarterback, and a win. Highlights of that and the rest of the games coming up as we get everyone together and get you set for Sunday Night Football. Terrific matchup of the undefeated Patriots and Rodney. A new weapon back in the lineup for Baltimore.
Well, he's their biggest weapon right there. He's fast, and when the Patriots, they're going to come out in man-to-man coverage, and you'll see Jonathan Jones, but they'll also play some zone just to get a feel for what they're trying to do.
How fast this guy is.
Well, they know how fast he is.
Marquise Brown on display coming up tonight.
Simplify the game. Powered by Microsoft Surface, the official sideline technology provider of the NFL.
What you got to say?
Hey, tonight's winner. Who you got?
Rod's changed since we partnered with Lowe's, huh?
Dude, you know what he did the other day? He comes into my office like, going to Lowe's, need supplies? I'm like, something that gets me organized. He says, I got you. Next day, I come into my office, it's like Shelf Town. I'm like, this is amazing. He's like, bro, DIY's my dojo.
It's a classic rod.
He built me shelves for everything.
Elbow shelf.
Do it right for less. Start with Lowe's and vote for tonight's winner at NBCSports.com.
This is Football Night in America, served by Applebee's.
Last year, Lamar Jackson took over for Joe Flacco. He led the Ravens to the AFC North title. Baltimore traded Flacco, turned the offense over to the 22-year-old. On Wednesday, I sat down with the Heisman winner whose journey to the NFL can be traced back to one special someone. I need you to take me back to young Lamar Jackson. How important was your mom, not on your life, but on your football career?
Very important. I was the guy, I just go out there and play, you know, but I didn't want to prepare the right way. You know, go take a run, go take a jog, get your stamina up, stuff like that. My mom would make us do it.
And she was truly your first coach?
Yeah, basically, yeah, she was.
Mom know her football?
She know her football.
Yeah?
I don't know how. She know her football.
What was it about her that helped you grow into the person that you are now?
She felt like she was our father. You know, she treated us like man early. And I told her, I'm like, I'm going to go to the NFL. I'm going to take care of you. That's what I told her, and I did.
Spins in! Lamar Jackson, an unbelievable athletic display. Perfect quarterback rate.
Not bad for a running back.
Did you say this year you hate to run?
I hate running, only if I have to. Yeah, not necessarily like I hate running, but if I have to, or like the defense give me the look to run, I'll do it.
High drama in Seattle. It's 4th and a short 2.
You play in Seattle, you come over to Coach Harbaugh, and you say, let's go for it here on 4th down.
Duh. Y'all coaches, go for it. Go for it. Yeah, let's go.
Why'd you come over and feel compelled to say that to Coach Harbs?
I'm hot. I'm like, bro, we got to score. We can't just keep kicking field goals. Like, we're not doing nothing. And he's like, yeah, we got to go. We got to get it. I had to get it. I was going to get it regardless.
Jackson takes the snap, runs to the right. He's got a seam. He's to the 5. He's in. Touchdown, Lamar Jackson.
That's real leadership, and some guys wait until they've been around the league 3-4 years, but you feel like you've found a comfortable place to do that with this team already. Why is that?
I like to win. Man, it's just confidence, trust. We're trying to build something here.
I'm the bad guy.
Belichick comes to the line with a crowded box to try to take away your running.
Good leverage, break down, scallop, and tackle.
And you have to pass to win the game. Where are you at this point in your career if somebody forces you to do that?
I'm going to do it. Definitely. I'm play pitch and catch like we're in the backyard. I got to. I'm going to play ball.
Your confidence is growing in your ability to throw the ball now?
Yes, sir.
Where if you see a bloated box, you're good with that?
I'm cool.
That's the answer Tony Dungy wanted. What's going to happen if they load the box? Our full conversation, by the way, is on NBCSports.com. So show the folks at home what you think New England's going to do and try to load up the box on Lamar, make it tough for him to run.
Well, let's start with the pass rushers and show you this has got to be a different game. Most guys rushing off the edge, I want to use my speed. I've got a big offensive tackle here. I want to beat him any way I can. But I can't do that against this guy because he's going to dodge and dart. Right. So I have to really be disciplined and patient and just kind of sit here and squeeze.
And basically, Coach Belichick is telling his guys, the number one thing he's telling them, you cannot get behind the quarterback. Right. Chris, once I get behind the quarterback, I'm done. But
Lamar's
also, Mike,
gone, not me.
But also, when you come up in here, if you peek inside, what happens?
Going outside. Right.
So you have to make sure that you're disciplined, and the Patriots have those guys.
And discipline is the key. We're just going to squeeze, and let him make his move. Now when he goes,
you'll react.
Now we can come off.
Right.
But even if we don't sack him, it's okay. That's still a great game plan.
And you heard Ronnie Stanley before the tackle. You got to block 10, 12 seconds sometimes for the quarterback.
I don't want either one of you a tackle. Okay, I just say that. But either way, if you're a quarterback and you're starting to feel that, Lamar's got to be patient in the pocket tonight. Might have more time than he's used to because the guys are not rushing. They're waiting for him to run.
If we didn't have to do highlights, I would cut this defensive end. I can't do that.
We got to hit him. I need to hit you anyway.
We got highlights here. We got Joe Flacco, who was the Ravens quarterback, on the bench now for Denver because of the neck injury, right? So we've got a replacement. It's another Allen at quarterback in the NFL. It's Brandon Allen making his debut. And what does he do? Cortland Sutton, 21-yard touchdown. All the Allens are happy.
Well, he knows who to throw the ball to.
Look at the concentration, athletic ability, and holding on to the ball.
Same catch.
Denver jumped out to the lead in this one. Cleveland had all field goals in the first half. They went for it in the third quarter. Mayfield thought he had the first down. Cleveland challenged it. 345 Park Avenue. The New York office looked at it, and No change of the spot. So Denver got the ball back, and on the ensuing drive, it's Philip Lindsay.
Boy, and there was a lot of this today, Mike. Philip Lindsay running through big holes and gashing this Cleveland defense.
That's his 5th of the season. The Broncos are up 12. Mayfield to Odell.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lot of this connection. I mean, I wonder how frustrated Odell's getting, but gives him a chance here to get down and get some points.
He got frustrated later on. Not here. Jarvis Landry on the other side with a catch and a run and a score. You know, Denver's lost a lot of games like this year, so they're feeling a little panic as Cleveland is closing the gap. But late here, 4th quarter, Mayfield looking for Landry, who was doubled inside in there. Beckham may have been open on that play. Denver gets the win. So Allen gets win one. It was the all-Allen day. Josh won with Buffalo. Kyle won for Carolina. Brandon for Denver. First time in the Super Bowl era. 3 quarterbacks with the same surname win on the same day. All in for the Allens, right? Houston and Jacksonville, they played without Allens, but they played over in London. Final London game this year. Deshaun Watson, remember, got kicked in the eye and still got a touchdown last week. The eye bothered him a little bit, but he's still escaping.
The one thing you don't want to do is blow the whistle. I think we've learned that, but great job of just extending the play. And look at the strength, Coach.
Never over. Unbelievable. He played like this all day today.
And so did Carlos Hyde, who ran for 160 yards, and down by the goal line, Darren Fells, 6th touchdown of the year. Houston up in this game 12-3. Watch this Duke Johnson run. You want to talk about power? Wow.
That's what I like to see. Run the ball physical. It can't be all Deshaun Watson.
I wasn't going to name the DB, but Trey Herndon took the worst of that one.
I'm sure he's happy about that.
I just did. The Texans 19-3 there, and late adding some more DeAndre Hopkins on the 1-yard score. For Gardner Minshew, and you know there's a question here of will the change come? Is Nick Foles healthy and ready to go? He turned it over in the 4th quarter on 4 of the final 11 plays.
The change is coming. Nick Foles paid too much money.
Right.
Houston gets the win 26-3. Indianapolis taking on Pittsburgh. Jacoby Brissett, of course, in after Andrew Luck retired late in preseason. What happens here is he's looking for Jordan Wilkins. Cam Hayward pushes back the good guard, Quentin Nelson, into the knee of Brissett. First, you thought it was the ankle, but it's the pressure that gets put on the knee here on the back end of it that kept him out. So in comes Patriots fans. You know Brian Hoyer very well. They signed him when Luck retired. He threw an early touchdown to Jack Doyle, but then he threw a big pick.
Yeah, staring at the tight end. And then you see Minka Fitzpatrick. I think he's been the best playmaking safety they've had since Troy Polamalu.
Huge flip in the game. They're going to go up 17-3 late 2nd quarter. Instead, Pittsburgh ties it. Indy comes back, recaptures the lead, but in the pocket, the pressure and a turnover. Bud Dupree forces it. What a great rush he made. 16-3 Indy, 3rd and goal. It's Mason Rudolph. Vance McDonald's become very important for him.
Yeah, he really has. Going to the tight end, and this was a great job getting it in. He was short of the goal line, running it in.
So Pittsburgh takes the lead. Less than 3 minutes left. Incomplete pass here, but pass interference is called on Steven Nelson.
It was uncatchable.
There were all kinds of questionable penalty calls in this game.
And the coaches, they can't help themselves. They're going to challenge these no matter what, even though if they think it won't get turned. Call on the field stands. Have you heard that music before? 2 plays later, Zach Pascal, who was the intended receiver last time, the intended receiver this time, Chris.
Yep, and throws a good back shoulder pass, and does a great job. Pascal's becoming one of the go-to targets for this Colts offense.
So they're in position. Adam Vinatieri won it for them last week, going to try to win the game again here with a field goal.
And Chris Sims jinxed him because he called it. He said he will not make it.
He really jinxed the holder.
Yeah, Roberto Sanchez couldn't get the laces turned.
Didn't he watch Ace Ventura? Laces out.
Win for the Steelers.
It's good to be 500 at the turn like we talked about early in the week, given where we've come from. It's going to still be a while. We'll work forever trying to get that September stench off of us, but that's life in this thing, and I appreciate the effort and the fight. It's good to be sitting at 4-4. I never thought I'd hear myself say that.
Well, the state of the state's a lot better now than it once was.
Yeah, we had them on Sunday night, and we said, hey, everybody's got to play a little better. It might not be great quarterback play, and that's what they've done to win 3 in a row.
Definitely, and it starts with their front 7 on defense. Cam Hayward, Bud Dupree, T.J. Watt. I mean, they are a handful up front.
And you saw the AFC North standings. If Baltimore loses, all of a sudden Pittsburgh's a game back. Meantime, in the AFC South, what a great day for Houston. Everybody else lost. The Texans won. You spoke to Deshaun Watson as they were getting ready to come back to London.
Yeah, they're going into the bye week 6-3. They should be happy. But Deshaun Watson told me he's still thinking about that play from a couple of weeks ago when they called him in the grass. They took a touchdown away. It was a field goal instead. He's never in the grass. You don't blow the whistle back. And going forward, the officials have learned. Don't blow that whistle. He's not down, even if you think he's down. He breaks free. He makes things happen. Chris, you say it all the time. He plays every play. like it's the last play of the Super Bowl. He keeps it alive and he makes something happen. He's an MVP candidate, guys.
Definitely.
In that never-ending question, who's the second-best team behind the Patriots in the AFC? You'll see Baltimore. Maybe Houston should be in that conversation now. Time now, Sunday night 7, NBC Sports Predictor app. We've handed out over $1.3 million. Look at all these happy faces. They've won real green American cash. Another $100 grand going to be won tonight. Here are the questions that the folks around America will be trying to answer to get those big checks at the front door. Mr. Sims, more rushing yards in this game. Who's going to have them?
I got to go with Mark Ingram because we know Bill Belichick's going to be worried about Lamar Jackson on the edge. So
he's not going to let Lamar have
He's not, so I'm going with Mark Ingram up the middle.
Rodney, who will lead the Patriots in receiving yards on this night?
I'm going to go with running back James White. I just think that these linebackers cannot cover him in open space, and he's Tom Brady's maybe favorite target now.
I think he is.
Especially in these big games. And he got a Tony Dungy endorsement on it, too. So download the NBC Sports Predictor app. You, maybe that smiling face, cash in one of those giant checks sometime soon. Get ready for Baltimore and New England on Sunday Night Football. More highlights ahead.
Welcome to Hyundai's Sunday Night Kickoff.
Please, Tom, tell me a story.
It's been a long wait, but NFL season is back. Try to get to 2-0. Let's go. It always feels good to be 2-0.
This team came to play defensively today.
Of course, the defense balling again.
Wow! Touchdown!
Going to Washington, try to get to 5-0. Let's go.
Usually I wouldn't do this, but
Guys to the end zone.
I don't care how we get it done. Just win, baby.
Ball is loose.
Big one Sunday. Let's go. It's great to get a win. Any conditions.
Watch out for the boogeyman.
Lamar Jackson, an unbelievable athletic display. Oh, Lamar Jackson, spectacular train ball by Lamar Jackson. Touchdown, Ravens!
Not bad for a running back.
All eyes on Lamar Jackson.
Nobody moves like Lamar Jackson. Nobody stockpiles wins like Tom Brady. And 3 nights after Halloween, the boogeyman will be tested in Baltimore. Jackson was just 5 years old the first time that Tom Brady won the Super Bowl. He was 21 the last time Brady won it all. And tonight, these two generational talents from different generations will go head-to-head for the first time. And we take you on the field, presented by Hyundai. At 42, Tom Brady does not want to talk about the last time his team was 8-0, and he is certainly not at all interested in discussing his future plans, saying, quote, "I am in the now." Mike, stay in the now.
Well, stay on the field and keep running. That's Lamar Jackson's mode for now. He's on pace to shatter Michael Vick's single-season record for rushing yards by a quarterback, but he's more interested in getting the pass game back to more like where it was week 1 against Miami. Tough test, of course, against that great Patriots defense. Sunday Night Football counting down inside of 19 minutes, but we have a bunch of highlights, some good finishes, especially on the West Coast. Tampa and Seattle. Bucks 2-5, Seahawks 6-2, but Russell Wilson in a fight here, all even at 27, trying to bring him back. DK Metcalf gets clear.
Yeah, we're watching this game and saying, don't you just get the feeling Russell Wilson's going to take him down to score, and he did.
But he needed more, because Jameis Winston played a good game, didn't turn the ball over, moved it down the field. Bucks led most of this game. Winston scrambles, big scramble, 4th and 5, keeps it alive with 5. And then Dario Gubawale in for the touchdown, 34-all. Are we going to go to overtime? No, the Seahawks get a good drive going down the field. Jason Myers in position. 40-yarder for the win. He missed it. He missed it. We're going to go to overtime. Seattle won the coin toss, and like you said before, Tony, Wilson.
Just have a feeling.
In OT, it's that connection with Metcalf one more time.
Absolutely love it. This is a double move by Metcalf, and he's just been so consistent as a rookie wide receiver.
29-yarder. You know, they have injuries in the tight end spot. The ex-Pat, former Patriot, Jacob Hollister, just breaks the play, and he had 2 touchdowns. Wilson, a franchise record, 5 touchdowns. The Seahawks win in overtime. They are 7-2. Won a game with Detroit and Oakland at the Coliseum. Up and down the field they go. Matthew Stafford, J.D. McKissick, ex-Seahawk, tied at 24. Next, Raiders Raider drive. Derek Carr, he's scrambling, he's rolling. Who's going to find?
Run. Nope, sorry. Hunter Renfro's open, guys. Don't handle it, okay? You guys just do the highlights, all right?
He gets big touchdowns late, 31-24. Can the Stafford bring them back? Pass interference here.
Terrible defense.
He didn't have to panic.
Called on Nevin Lawson 2 plays later. Stafford tries to pirouette, stumbles on the turf. P.J. Hall gets the sack.
And take a sack.
Yeah, the last thing, you just cannot take a sack there.
Third down, the old Virginia Tech quarterback. Now a tight end, Logan Thomas can't get in. They're at the 1. That's right, no timeouts. Panic, but the Raiders call a timeout. Hey, defense, you can use your timeouts, you know. I've heard Groot say that 1,000 times. He does there once it looks like the Lions are going to get a playoff, so it's 4th down. Chris, what do you want to do here if you're the Lions?
Well, I mean, Stafford was on fire. I'd like to just see him go empty and let him make his magic happen. They didn't run the ball all day.
You don't have your best playmakers on the field either.
That's exactly right, guys.
By not going 5 wide. They didn't buy the play fake. The Raiders get a big win. They play the Chargers. Important game coming up Thursday night. The Carson Cheeseheads are out there. These guys were difference makers. Hey, Tony.
Yeah, and Joey Bosa's been waiting for Melvin Ingram to get back in the lineup. They used them a lot on the same side today. It was really effective.
Rodgers sacked there, sacked off, and this time it was Ingram's turn. Moving from the inside there. That was so effective, having those two lined up together on the same side or making a sandwich of Rodgers.
I thought this was one of the best offensive lines in all of football.
Right. I did not expect this.
Full today.
In the meantime, the Chargers just kept moving down the field, kicking field goals. J.K. Scott here from Notre Dame. Drew Tranquill going to break through and get a piece of it. Technically not a block punt. It only goes 8 yards. It sets up the Chargers in great field position. They made a change with the play calling. Ken Wisdom
smart move, too.
Shane Steichen in.
Said, we've got to run the ball better, and they did today.
And Melvin Gordon, a little homage to the Fresh Prince.
You know what, Mike, he got a little bit more energy today in his step, too, Melvin Gordon.
You mean the message sent with the play caller change, perhaps?
Yes, sir.
You understand you're part of it?
Big Mike Williams.
Up top, a gain of 46. First career 100-yard receiving day for Williams. And it's Gordon again here. And they took points off the board, a field goal, got the ball back, go in for the touchdown. And the Chargers get a big win, and the Packers go to 7-2. Minnesota, a chance for them to make a move in the division. So it's no Patrick Mahomes' second straight game. Matt Moore back under center. We saw them last Sunday night against Green Bay. Chris, good early start for Moore.
Yeah, great start by Moore early on. A little post-corner action here by Tyreek Hill. Puts it in the perfect place.
Does he have another gear to go get this ball?
He's got 7 gears.
But
Most
if you're the
of them
cornerback,
6.
why are you press man against Tyreek Hill? I don't get it.
At some point, somebody's going to get it. More love from Moore there. Second half, this game is all even at 10. Here's the kickoff to begin the second half. Mecole Hardman, he's made some good plays. Very talented, but here, the Vikings special teams comes up with a hit, knocks it out. Minnesota has some good field position, Tony.
They did. They got some short fields from their defense and special teams. And here, this was a blown coverage by Kansas City, something we've seen a little bit of.
Extra point missed. Amir Abdullah, the touchdown. Minnesota 16-10. Rodney Damian Williams, liftoff.
Yeah, I'm just not used to seeing this from the Minnesota Vikings defense. But look at Tyreek Hill.
They say nobody's going to catch him.
Gears Chris Sims was talking about.
Tyreek Hill's going to catch him. That's it.
Yeah, right there.
In case you slow down, I'm going to set the pace for you. He is crazy. So the Chiefs have the lead, but the Vikings come back. Kyle Rudolph in the end zone. Minnesota retakes the lead. But, Tony, it's more making plays to Hill again.
And this is one of the reasons Andy Reid called Matt Moore and said, I need you. Just the ability to stand in there, the courage to make that big throw.
That had nothing to do with Matt Moore right there, Coach. That's just a great play.
See, Rodney, he doesn't even want to hear what you're saying. He's covering his ears. Game time field goal after a stop and a poor punt. Moore gets him back with a chance to drive here. After Minnesota's offense got conservative, they couldn't advance it. The Chiefs did for the win. The kick is good from Harrison Butker, who hit 3. Mahomes' knee looks good, and his replacement looked good. And a Chiefs win by 3.
He's got some fire to him. You know, he's a tough kid because he took a couple licks there and he got back up and finished. But just him calming the storm, I thought was good.
Really good. And you spoke to Matt Moore after that impressive win for a guy who was coaching high school at the start of the season.
Yeah, he was out of football in 2018. He said he had some chances to play, Chris, but none were the right fit. This year was the right fit. Did not hesitate when Andy Reid and the Chiefs called up. And the key word that he expressed to me was confidence. Confidence in the game plan. Confidence in the system. confidence in his receivers. And we saw him not hesitate to throw the ball today. And he said he can't say enough about Andy Reid. It's been an incredible experience in Kansas City.
He's really doing a great job. And Andy Reid's doing some things that are different around him that they don't necessarily always do when Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback. This is the big thing that's jumped out to me. These max protection plays. You could see here, there's 7 guys protecting. Let Sammy Watkins and Tyreek Hill work downfield. And it makes it simple on a quarterback who's still learning the intricate details within the offense. But again, protection's not great here. They tried to make it great, but he does a good job and sees a double move to Tyreek Hill. Here later on in the game, again, another 7-man protection, block it up, and let him throw the ball down the field. Here, find Sammy Watkins, and that's been the biggest difference, guys, I've seen out of Kansas City with Matt Moore at quarterback, and Andy Reid's made a great adjustment there.
One thing all of you guys worry about with Kansas City long-term is their defense. It was better today.
It really was, and I said even with Mahomes back, if that defense didn't improve, they'd have a tough time making the playoffs, but they did. Chris Jones brought some energy. They did a good job on Dalvin Cook today.
I look on the other side, and I look at Minnesota. I'm just not used to seeing Minnesota play with or lack the passion. You know, big plays in the passing game, big plays in the run game, safeties missing tackles. They got to get it back together, Mike.
Yeah, this was an opportunity for Minnesota and especially Detroit and Chicago as well to get back closer in the NFC North. Everybody in that division lost. Do you like trends? Every home team that played in the U.S. today won. Well, that happened tonight on Sunday Night Football with Baltimore.
Are you going to influence our pick?
I'm just giving you a little bit of a tip.
Like trends,
something
Mike.
to think about in the break. Maybe Julian Edelman will break that trend. Who knows? Perhaps Earl Thomas, the safety, will be heard from. His old team, Seattle, won. What about his new team, Baltimore? Lamar Jackson, impressive young man, very confident in the big spot. But this is the king of the big spot. Tom Brady.
Rethinking my pick now.
Well, think about it. We'll have the picks and the best of today as we continue.
Patriot hater.
On the way to Sunday Night Football. Tom Brady keeps going. Seems like he keeps getting better. My favorite line from the Lamar Jackson interview. In the pocket, it's like he's on vacation. It's no vacation. It is a day at the office for the Ravens. Ravens-Patriots in 7 minutes. On Sunday Night Football with time now for the best of Week 9. As always, presented by Verizon, the network more people rely on. Tony and Rodney, let's go around the world here, starting in London. And Tony, Deshaun Watson getting it done again.
Yes, I thought Deshaun was the best player in the NFL today. He made play after play after play.
His team leads the division. Houston is 6-3. Rodney, the Jets continue to be the Jets.
Yeah, but to me, this is not about the Jets. This is about Brian Flores getting his first win. Congratulations. He was with the Patriots when I was there.
Yeah, congrats, Brian.
Win number 1 for the new Dolphins coach. Cincinnati is the only winless team in the league. Big day for all the Allens. Let's start with Kyle Allen.
Yeah, he knew what to do. Get the ball to Christian McCaffrey.
Carolina's 5-3. They're on a roll. Big game at Green Bay next week. Can we give you some Josh Allen in Buffalo? The Bills are 6-2.
Well, the cool thing about him is no interceptions, no turnovers. That was big.
Can I introduce you to our newest Allen? Brandon Allen, the starting quarterback for the Broncos, made his debut and got a victory in his first game in for the injured Joe Flacco.
He played a clean game, too, made some great throws here to Cortland Sutton.
Cleveland 2-6, unhappy internally there. They play Buffalo next week. The non-Allen division. Chicago at Philly. Everything all right again. Philly back-to-back wins.
Well, you'll see a little push-off by Zach Ertz, but beautiful ball by Carson Wentz.
Eagles head into their bye at 5-4. The Bears are 3-5. Indianapolis at Pittsburgh. Headline from this game, the injury to Jacoby Brissett. Frank Reich said it's an MCL-ish sprain. I think there'll be a further, deeper diagnosis later. His field goal at the end here.
Yes, Adam Vinatieri won't make excuses, but he got the laces from his holder on that.
Sims called it.
Over in Oakland, wild game, back and forth. Late, it's Hunter Renfrow, the game-winning catch.
Yeah, really good job of just Derek Carr going to his left, turning back around and finding a wide-open wide receiver.
Man, I love Renfrow. He always finds the moment. Now, the Lions had a chance for the moment, but
they bring in all their big people. Where's Marvin Jones, Kenny Golladay? Get your best players out there.
You haven't fooled anybody in a play-action pass.
John Gruden, 4-4. Tampa and Seattle, they go to overtime. The former Patriot, Jacob Hollister, gets the winner. His second touchdown. Wilson, a Seahawks record 5. Seattle, San Francisco next Monday night, 7-2 against the undefeated 49ers. And how about the Bosa's? 15.5 sacks for the Bosa brothers. Joey on display here.
Yeah, and Joey was happy to have Melvin Ingram back to help, and those two were on fire today all over Green Bay's offense.
Back-to-back for Chargers. Now Minnesota, Kansas City. Matt Moore starting for the injured Patrick Mahomes. Getting them in field goal position late. for Harrison Butker with the winner. He kicked 3 late field goals, 40 and more in Kansas City. Equals Minnesota with a 6-3 record. We'll see Minnesota try to bounce back against the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football next week, and that is the best of week number 9. Now we're going to take a look at tonight's winners, brought to you by Lowe's. And Liam McHugh, as we throw to you in the record, let's call out America. America, let's get going. You have not held your end of the bargain so far with your record.
Mike, all right, so America, they're in on the Pats, 58%. America and I, we've been something of a team. We've been on the same page. Unfortunately, we have been a losing team, so it is time for a break. I have cherished the moments, but it's time to see other people. Hey there. I'm going to take the Ravens. Sims?
Oh, he's hilarious. I know all the home teams have won today here in America, but the Patriots haven't been one of those road teams. I can't do it. I'm going New England 20-17 on the road.
Ravens give it the Patriots fits. Ravens have 2 weeks to get ready. Mobile quarterbacks do well against Bill Belichick. Patriots.
That's right. Blah, blah, blah. The reality is the reality. I'm going to go Baltimore here. I think they'll do it at home.
You're just trying to be different.
Well, I was down there, so it just makes some sense. What do you guys see as the keys to the game tonight?
Well, I tell you what, to me, the key is Lamar Jackson. Can he play a clean game, not turn the ball over? If he doesn't turn the ball over, I think they'll win, but I don't think that's going to happen. I'm picking the Patriots.
I'm taking the Patriots, but the Ravens have to come after Brady and have to challenge the quick passing game and force him to throw the ball down the field. I got the Patriots.
Ravens often get the big stage on the road. They get it at home tonight. Those were tonight's winners, brought to you by Lowe's, and the stage is set for the best game of Week 9 of the NFL season. Baltimore Ravens at home, everything you could ask for, and the champs are in town. The New England Patriots and Baltimore Ravens, as the Pats try to stay undefeated, along with the 49ers, the only 2 teams to say that. Al Michaels, Chris Collinsworth, Michelle Tafoya, get you ready after Carrie Underwood and Joan Jett. Enjoy it. Sunday Night Football is next.
This has been Hyundai's Sunday Night Kickoff. Spanish on